Hello, and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading channel with Charlie B. So, the last video I made my plum sauce, and I am, the same day that I finished making it, I'm going right into preserving it. It's very hot. It is yummy looking and yummy tasting. Pulling the lid off right now. I am going to put these in half-pint jars, and I am going to use my steam canner. So I'm going to start by filling 2 jars, show you how I do the lids, and then I'll take you to the steam canner. It's very, 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 it almost looks like a chocolate sauce. This right over here. I'm going to use a 1 cup measuring cup, and I'm just going to fill up both jars after I pull them out of boiling, well, not totally boiling, but very hot water. I'm filling it up to right below the rim. And I am going to be using 2 different types of lids today, and I do this very often. As you can see, the beautiful collar. Set that right on that edge and pray that it doesn't fall back in. But before I put the lids on, I'm going to take my white vinegar, put some of it on a paper towel, and wipe my rims on both jars. It's very hot. After I finished doing the video on making this, I did get it back up to very, very hot boiling water, or boiling, so it would make it right to can it properly and make sure I didn't end up with botulism. Now I have 2 different lids. This one is the Tatler. It is the reusable lids. And then I have this one's a Kerr, and I've never had an issue with Kerr. I use them same as I would with the ball canning ones, and I just do finger tight. I don't manhandle it, but it's tight. And then the other one this has a ring and then a white lid that goes on it. You put them together, you set it on top of the lid, and this, I just put my finger right here and I tighten this. And then when the jar starts to spin, which as you know, it's spinning, that should make it tight enough. So I'm going to go ahead and finish filling all these jars. I'm going to do 8 of them because that's what the steamer will hold. And then I will be back to show you the steamer and how we're going to do that. Well, this is my steam canner, and I've already put some water in it and turned it on, and I did a test to make sure it would work. And I figured since it worked, I'd go ahead and add a little bit more water to it because I knew I lost some. And you should always test your products to make sure that they're working, and mine met the pressure that it was supposed to meet. Pressure may not be the right word. I guess it's the amount of steam. So this is already fairly hot. Cooled it down a little bit, and I am just going to put these 8 jars right here. This has a bottom, and then this part right here, I'm not going to touch it because it'll be very hot. It's a rack that sits in that. I wish I would have pulled it out and showed it to you. Maybe next video. Now, what the book says, how a steam canner works is, it's just like a water bath, other than it makes the steam, it gets so hot, and you steam this or you cook this for the same amount of time as you would if you were also water bathing it. So I'm going to put a lid on it, and we're going to let it get up to the steam level, which would be the top green one for me. But you can't see that right now. I'm going to try to make you be able to see that. See that dowel? Well, we are up here at the very top because we are below 6,000 feet. Okay, so we'll see how this goes, and after this gauge right here gets clear over here, then I will know that it is time to start timing it. I'll do it for 15 minutes. It's already up to steam, and I dropped the heat back by 1 notch on my stove here, and we're just timing it for 15 minutes now, and I will show you in a little bit. It's been 15 minutes, plus you have to leave it cool down with the lid on it for 5 minutes or before you can take the lid off. So you leave it cool down an extra 5 minutes with the lid on, and then you can take the lid off. This will probably be very steamy, and I'm pulling it back like this so the steam releases back that way. I tried to show you the gauge, but you couldn't see it because too much steam. I already hear them sealing. So I'm going to take these off, and I have another rack sitting right here on a towel. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other ones in here to process. This was actually a very, very fast process. A lot shorter than pressure canning and or water bath canning. And can you hear them? They're already sealing. So we'll be back in about 24 hours, and I'll show you how many actually sealed and how many I ended up with after I'm done doing all the jar filling. Well, hello, we're back. We waited our 24 hours, and all but one sealed. Of course, it was the Tatler. A little disappointed, but it's all right. It tastes very good. I'm going to leave the lid on this one because this one's going back in the fridge. We ended up with 22.5 jars. This half jar, I'm surprised it's sealed. This did, I think, amazing for a steam canner. And what I'm going to do is put this one in the fridge. I'm going to keep an eye on this one because it is only half jar. And if I wouldn't have exploded this all over the walls back behind me and had to clean it up, this one I'm sure would have been a full jar, if not a little extra. So I'm going to say we got 23 jars out of what we made, and this will do us minimal a year, if not 2. So that's how I canned my plum sauce. If you remember, if you did not see how to make the plum sauce, please go back and take a look at it. Remember, also, please like, share, and subscribe. Charlie B signing out. Looking at this yummy stuff. So, are you wondering what it tastes like? My husband and I both tasted this, and it's good. It's not sweet. It's very savory. It's kind of a resemblance to a steak sauce. So it made great basting for pork, dipping stuff in that you want a savory, tangy, but a tender bite of sweetness in it. You could also add maybe some peppers to it and add a little bit of heat to it. That would be probably really good when you're making it, or just making one glass of it, one jar of it, to add a little bit of sweet heat, a little bit of tanginess to it. I'm actually enjoying this very much. So, really like this.